Tam pranamami cha Shri Chaitanyam. Arunam Bharadara Charu Kapolam Indu Vinindita Nakachaya Ruchiram. Jalpita Nijaguna Nama Vinodam Tam pranamami cha Shri Chaitanyam. Vigalita Nayana Kamala Jaladharam Bhushana Navarasa Bhava Vikaram. Gati ati mantara nritya vilasam tam pranamami cha Shri Chaitanyam. Chanchala charu charana gati ruchiram Manjira ranjita parajuga maduram. Chandra vinindita shitala varadam tam pranamami cha Shri Chaitanyam. Dhritakati dora kamandalu dandam Divya kalevara mundita mundam. Durjana kalmasha kandana dandam tam pranamami cha Shri Chaitanyam. Bhushana bhuraja alakavalitam Kampita bhimdhara vara ruchiram. Malaya javira chitta ujvalati lakam Tam pranamami cha Shri Chaitanyam. Nindita aruna kamala dalanayanam Ajanulam pitta Shri Puja jugalam. Kalevara Kaishora Nartaka Vesham Tam pranamami cha Shri Chaitanyam. Ujjvala varana Gauravara deham Vilasita niravari bhava videham. Tribhuvana pavana kripaya lesham Tam pranamami cha Shri Chaitanyam. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Gaura Hari. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Gaura Hari. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tell them to put up the Brahma Samhita. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Premanande, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sakchirananda Vigraha, Anadi Radhir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam, Sahasrapatra Kamalam, Gokulakyam Mahatpadam, Tatkarnikaram Tadama, Tadanantam Shasambhavam, Karnikaram Mahadyantram, Shatkonam Vajrakilakam, Sharanga Shatpadistanam, Prakritya Purushena Cha, Premananda Mahananda, Rasena Vastitam Hiyat, Jyoti Rupena Manuna, Kama Bijena Samgatam, Tatkinjalkam Tadangshanam, Tapatrani Shriyamapi, Chaturasram Tatparita Shweta Dipakyam Adbhutam, Chaturasram Chaturmurtesh Chaturdama Chatuskritam, Chaturbhi Purushartaischa Chaturbirhetu Virvratam, Shulardasha Biranandam Urdvado Didravikshapi, Ashtabir Nidibir Jushtam Ashtabhi Siddhibhistata, Manurupaischa Dashabir Dikpalait Paritovratam, Shamar Gauraischa Raktaischa Shuklaischa Parshadarshabai, Shobhitam Shaktabhistabir Adbhutadbhi Samantata, Evam Jyotirmayo Deva Sarananda Paratpara, Atmaramasya Tasyasti Prakrityana Samagama, Mayaya Ramamanasya Naviyogastayasaha, Atmana Ramaya Reme Tyakvakalam Sashikshaya, Niyati sa Rama Devi Tatpriya Tadvasham Tada, Talingam Bhagavan Shambhur Jyoti Rupa Sanatana, Ya Yoni sa Parashakti Kamo Bijam Mahaddare, Linga Yonyatmika Jata Ima Maheshwari Praja, Shaktiman Purusha Soyam Lingarupi Maheshwara, Tasmin Avirabhu Linge Mahavishnur Jagatpati, Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat, Sahasrabahur Vishvatma Sahasramsha Sahasrasu, Narayana Sabhagavan Apastasmat Sanatanat Avirasit Kararnarno Niti Sankarshanatmaka Yoga Nidram Katastasmin Sahasram Shaswayam Mahan Tadroma Bilajaleshu Bijam Sankarshanasya Cha Haimanyandari Jatani Mahabhuta Vratani Tu Pratyandam Evamekam Shad Vishiti Swayam Sahasra Murdha Vishvatma Mahavishnu Sanatana Vaman Gadasrijad Vishnum Dakshinan Gat Prajapatim Jyotirlinga Mayam Shambhum Kurcha Deshad Avasrijat Ahankaratmakam Vishvam Tasmat Etad Vyajayata Atataistri Vider Vesher Livlam Udvahatakila Yoga Nidra Bhagavati Tasya Shiriva Sangata Sashikshayam Tato Nabhes Tasya Padmam Veniryayao Tannalam Hemanalinam Brahmano Lokamadbhutam Tatvani Purvarudhani Karanani Parasparam Samavaya Prayogachcha Vibinani Pratak Pratak Chikshakcha Sajamano Bhagavan Adi Purushaha Yojayan Mayaya Devo Yoga Nidram Akalpayat Yojayitva Tutanyeva Prabhivesha Swayam Guham Guham Pravishte Tasminstu Jivatma Pratibhudyate Sanityo Nitya Sambandha Prakritischa Paraivasa Evam Sarvatma Sambandham Nabhyan Padmam Harerabhut Tatra Brahmad Bhavad Bhuyash Chaturvedi Chaturmukha Sanjato Bhagavach Chaktya Tatkalam Kila Choditaha Shishikshayam Matim Chakre Purva Samskara Samskritaha Tadarsha Kevalam Dvantam Nanyat Kim Api Sarvataha Uvacha Puratastasmai Tasya Divya Saraswati Kama Krishnaya Govinda He Gopi Jana Ityapi Balabhaya Priyavanir Mantram Te Dasyati Priyam Tapastvam Tapaetena Tavasidhir Bhavishyati Atate Pesa Suchiram Prinan Govindam Avyayam Shweta Dvipa Patim Krishnam Golokastam Paratparam Prakritya Gunarupinya Rupinya Paryupasitam Sahasradala Sampande Koti Kinjalka Brahmite Bhumishchintamani Tatra Karikare Mahasane Samasinam Chadanandam Jyoti Rupam Sanatanam Shabda Brahma Mayam Benum Vadayantam Mukham Bhuje Valasani Ganavratam Swar Swar Amshar Abhishtutam Atavenu Nanadasya Trayimurti Mayigati Spuranti Praviveshashu Mukhabjani Swayambhuva Gayatrim Gayatastasmad Adigatya Sarojaja Samskritaschari Gununa Dvijatam Agamatataha Traya Prabhutota Vidhir Vignata Tatvasagara Tushtava Veda Sarena Stotrena Nena Keshavam Chintamani Prakada Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vriteshu Surabhira Pipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shatasambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venum Kwanantam Aravindam Dalaya Taksham Bharhavatam samasitam Buddha sundarangam Kandarpakoti kamaniya vishesha shobham Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Alola chandrakala sadvana malyavamshi Ratnanganam pranaya keli kalavilasham Shamam tribangalalithanyata prakasham Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Angani yassa sakalendriya vrittimanti Pashanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti Ananda chinmaya sadhujvala vigrahasya Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Advaitam achutam anadim anantarupam Adyam purana purusham navayauvanam sha Vedeshu dulam amadulam amatma bhaktau Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Pantastu koti shatavatsara sambragamyo Vayoradhapi manaso muni pungavanam Sopyasti apraparasimnya vichintya tattve Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Ekopya saurataritum jagadanda kotim Yat shakti rasti jagadanda chayayadanta Antantarasta paramanu chayantarastam Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Yadbhava bhavi tadiyo manujasta taiva Samprapya rupa mahima shayanana bhusha Suktaryameva nigama pratitaistu vanti Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibhavitabis Tabirya eva nijarupa taya kalabi Goloka eva nivasatya kilatma bhuto Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Premanjana chudita bhakti vilochanena Santak sadeva hridayeshu vilokayanti Yam shama sundaram achintya kunaswarupam Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Ramari mutisha kalani amena tishtan Nanavatara mukaro bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna swayam samababat paramapumanyo Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Yasya prabha prabhabato jagadanda koti Koti shrishesha vasudari vibhuti bhinnam Tad brahma nishkalam anantam ashesha bhutam Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Maya hiyasya jagadanna shatani sute Traigunyatad vishaya veda vitayamana Sattva valambi parasattvam vishuddha sattvam Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Ananda chinmaya rasat matayamanasu Ya praninam pratipalam smarutam upetya Lilayitena bhuvanani jayachajasram Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Golokanamni nijadamni chaleta tasya Devi mahesha haridama suteshu teshu Te te prabhava nichaya vihitascha yena Govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami Shristi Stiti Pralaya Sarana Shakti Rekha Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Viparati Durga Ichanurupam Api Yasya Chacheshtate Sa Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shiram Yatara Revikara Vishesha Yoga Sanjayate Nahitata Pratagasti Heto Yashambhutam Apitata Samupaiti Karyad Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Diparcha Eva Hidashantaramabhyapetya Dipayate Vravatahetu Samana Dharma Yastadrageva Hicha Vishnu Chaya Vibhati Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yakarnarna Bhajale Bhajati Sma Yoga Nidramananta Chakaranda Saroma Kupaha Adhara Shaktim Avalamya Param Samurtim Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yashaika Nishasitakala Matavalambya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadananata Vishnur Mahansa Ihayasya Kala Vishesho Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Bhasvanyatasma Sakaleshu Nijeshu Teja Swiyam Kiya Prakatayata Vitadvaratra Brahmaya Esha Jagananda Vidhana Karata Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yatpada Pallava Yugam Binidaya Kumbha Dvanve Pranama Samaye Saganadi Raja Vignan Vidhantam Alamasya Jagatrayasya Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Agnir Mahi Ganganamamu Murudishascha Kalastatatma Manasiti Jagatrayani Yasmad Bhavanti Vivavanti Vishanti Yamcha Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yatshakshuresha Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Shuramurti Rashesha Tejaha Yasyagnaya Brahmati Sambratakala Chakro Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Dharmo Tapapa Nichayashrutayastapamsi Brahmari Kita Patagavadayascha Jivaha Yadatra Matra Vivaba Prakata Prabhava Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yastvindra Gopa Matavendra Mohosa Karma Bandharu Rupa Palabhajana Matanoti Karmani Nirdahati Kintucha Bhakti Bhajam Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yam Krodha Kama Sahaja Pranayari Piti Vatsalya Moha Guru Gaurava Sevya Bhavai Santintya Tassa Sadrishim Tanama Purete Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Sriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumishchintamani Garamayi Toyam Amritam Kataganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vamshi Priyasaki Chiranandam Jyoti Paramapi Taraswadyam Apicha Sayatra Shirabdhi Sravati Surabhi Bhyasha Sumahan Nimesharjakyo Varvrajati Nahi Yatrapi Samayaha Bhaje Shweta Dvipam Tamaham Iha Golokamitiyam Vidantaste Shantakshiti Varalachara Katipaye Ato Vacha Mahavishnu Bhagavantam Prajapatim Brahman Mahatva Vignane Prajasarge Chachinmachi Chatakvam Vidyam Vatsatatvam Nibodame Prabhude Jnana Bhakti Vyam Mayananda Chinmayi Ude Tunatama Bhaktir Bhagavat Prema Lakshana Pramanais Tatsaracharais Tarabhyasir Nirantaram Bodhayanatmanatmanam Bhaktim Apyutamam Labed Yasya Shreyaskaram Nasti Yaya Nivritum Apnuyad Yasariyati Mam Yukam Bachandayed Dharma Manyan Parityaja Mamekam Bhaja Vishwasan Yadrishi Yadrishi Shradha Siddhir Bhavati Tadrishi Kurvan Nirantaram Karma Loko Yamanavartate Tenaiva Karmana Dhyayam Mam Param Bhakti Michyati Aham Hi Vishwasya Characharasya Bijam Pradhanam Prakriti Pumamscha Maya Hitam Teja Idam Vivarshi Vide Videhi Tomato Jaganti Ishvara Parama Krishna Sakchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Iti Sri Brahma Sankita Sampurnam Hari Om Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janarandana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janarandana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janarandana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janarandana Unatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Ditai Gaur Haribo 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 Ditai Gaur Haribo Jayom Vishnupad Paramhamsa Pariraja Kacharya Stotra Shishimana Pai Charanara Vinabhakti Vinata Swami Maharaj Shri Jai Jayom Vishnupad Paramhamsa Pariraja Kacharya Stotra Shishimana Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavini Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Zagaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gogopinath Shamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Jamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai Sambheda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Vo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. Today we're reading from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I'm reading from the last section, the last chapter. What is the last chapter number? How many chapters are there? Correct. There are 90 chapters. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'm starting near the end of chapter 90 because when we read the Krishna book in Govardhan, there was a thrilling ending to this book that I had forgotten about. And it was so nice that I thought it would be a good idea for us to read it together and discuss the 5 points that are brought up in chapter 90. I don't think it'll help you if I say it's on page number 790, but the first sentence begins with Srila Shukadeva Goswami has concluded the 19th chapter. That is, Srila Shukadeva Goswami has concluded the 90th chapter, pardon me. There it is. Srila Shukadeva Goswami has concluded the 90th chapter of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam by pointing out 5 particular excellences of Lord Krishna. The first excellence is that before Lord Krishna's appearance in the Yadu family, the river Ganges was known as the purest of all things. Even impure things could be purified simply by touching the water of the Ganges. This super excellent power of the Ganges water was due to its having emanated from the toe of Lord Vishnu. But when Lord Krishna, the Supreme Vishnu, appeared in the family of the Yadu dynasty, he traveled personally throughout the kingdom of the Yadus, and by his intimate association with the Yadu dynasty, the whole family not only became very famous, but also became more effective in purifying others than the water of the Ganges. So the first excellence which Shukadeva Goswami mentions is the purifying effect of Lord Krishna. It's mentioned throughout the 10th canto, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and by the subsequent commentators like Srila Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, that Lord Krishna is especially purifying even to those who are against him. For instance, we know that Shishupal, of course all demons become purified when they're killed by Krishna. This is a great benediction, as remarked by various sages. It's amazing that yogis spend lifetimes trying to reach the lotus feet of Krishna. But the demons in Raj who are killed by Krishna get the exact same result as these yogis who spend many, many lifetimes just by being killed by Krishna. This is how purifying Krishna's touch is. Example is given of Shishupal, who was inimical towards Krishna from the very beginning. What was the very first sign that Shishupal was inimical towards Krishna, would you say, according to the Bhagavatam? And when was it first noticeable that Shishupal hated Krishna? Well, what gave it away? You said as soon as he was born. Please use the mics, by the way. You said as soon as he was born, but what gave it away when he was born? There's a clue in the 2nd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita when Arjuna asks, what are the symptoms of somebody who's fixed in consciousness? One of the points that's brought up there is, how does he speak? I don't know if Shishupal was speaking when he was first born. How old does a child have to be to say his first words? 1? 1.5? Okay. So what was the first sign of Shishupal's inimical behavior towards Krishna? Based on what I just said. Big clue. when he first started speaking, most babies are Mama, Dada, Prabhupada. But Shishupal started blaspheming Krishna when he was born, or when he could first speak. That was an indication that he was against Krishna. And he held that animosity towards Krishna throughout his whole life. And it was at the Rajasuya sacrifice, finally, when it was suggested that Krishna be honored first. Somebody out of the assembly had to be honored as the most exalted of all the participants. And so Samba had said, I think that Krishna should be, and named the different qualities that Krishna has that are noteworthy. And then everyone started to cheer, and that really burned Shishupal. So he stood up in the assembly and started complaining. He said, what does this boy know about anything? Boy Samba, how could he judge? There's so many other greater people here. And he named several of them. He said, why honor Krishna? And then he started speaking blasphemy against Krishna, one thing after another. Krishna had a tolerance for this because he had given a benediction that he would allow him to say 100 blasphemies before he killed him. But the fact is, he did kill him. That's obvious. It was obvious to everyone because right in the middle of the program, he cut off his head with his chakra. And what happened to Shishupal? He was liberated because just as the chakra was coming at him, and how long does it take for the chakra before it leaves Krishna, as it leaves Krishna's hand to chop somebody's head off? Prikishori, do you know from your calculus classes at what was the name of that university? Did Menlo College teach you in your mathematics or calculus classes what the period of time is between the chakra leaving Krishna's hand? Oh, go ahead. Chakra leaving Krishna's hand and it chopping off Shishupal's head. Was that on your final exam? Much shorter time than it takes to get the microphone, apparently. Go ahead.
We didn't particularly learn that fact, but I'm assuming because of the speed of the Sudarshan Chakra, it's a very, very short period of time that it took for the chakra to leave Krishna's hand and hit Shishupal. Like maybe
a moment. Moment sounds like a long time compared to what it was like, faster than the speed of light, practically. And the blink of an eye is even slow. Because a flash can come and then your eyes blink afterwards, right? So it was so quick. But within that fraction of a moment, Shishupal thought, Krishna's kind of beautiful. And just because he was killed by Krishna, and because he thought that at the last minute, he was liberated. Shishupal was liberated. And all the other demons, including Aghasura, who is glorified because, again, the yogis tried to reach the lotus feet of Krishna, but Krishna put his lotus feet in the mouth of Aghasura. And he was liberated after being killed. And Krishna made that very visible to everybody because he brought back the cowherd boys. They had been killed in Aghasura. But when Krishna went inside, he brought them back to life by his glance. They all came out. And Krishna caused the death of Aghasura, of course, by making himself larger and choked him up. And the spirit soul popped from his head. And then Krishna had the soul hover in the sky. It was luminous. And then when he came out, the spirit soul merged within the body of Krishna. And he wanted everyone to see it. So Krishna, just by thinking of Krishna for a fraction of a moment, coming in contact with Krishna, atapi te deva padambuja doya prasada leshana grihita evahi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno nachanya eko picharam bachimban. This is a verse from the 14th chapter of the 10th canto, in which Lord Brahma says that if someone receives just a fraction or a tiny particle of mercy from Krishna, then such a person can know everything about him. And if one doesn't get that mercy and simply depends on one's own devices, then it may be millions of lifetimes and he still won't understand anything about Krishna. So this is the first point, is Krishna is all purifying. And what are the implications of this for those who practice bhakti yoga? What are some of the ways in which we come in contact directly with Krishna? Take the mic and you name one. Don't name 5 or 10.
Krishna's devotees.
Krishna's devotees. Can you substantiate that from Shastra? That Krishna's devotees purify us.
Call a friend.
Call a friend, yeah.
I don't remember.
The 3:25:25 Satam prasanga mama virya samvedo bhajanti hrit karna rasayana katha jat joshnad ashu apavarga vartmani shraddha ratim bhaktim anukramashyati. So in the company of the pure devotees of the Lord, the amazing pastimes of the Lord are discussed, and that brings in, I could just read from that.
Yeah, I like it paraphrased better. Just
okay,
keep going.
Yeah, so that develops, being in that association, you develop a desire to hear and chant the names of the Lord. And then because of that, then you are set on the path of liberation. And then Shraddha, faith, and attachment, and then devotion to the Lord, they follow that.
One thing after another, like we heard this morning about chanting. Very good. That's a nice citation. This is from Kapila Dev, and he says that by staying in the assembly of devotees and hearing the sounds that they make, the beautiful transcendental emanations from the devotees, then naturally that comes in the ear, then into the heart, and one becomes transformed, and one develops devotional service. What's another one? Okay, go ahead.
Madchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So
10:8.
10
Bhagavad Gita 10:8.
Yeah, 10:9. Yeah.
10:9.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
10:8.
it says anyway. So I'm just reading the translation from
10:9.
here. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me.
So how do you support that as proving that coming in contact with devotees is purifying?
I myself am a proof that, that was the thing which helped me to, get into this whole movement.
Okay.
So
Nice. That's very helpful. Yes. Kautu Karnava. Just back from Denver, being trained up on Pujari work.
Guru Maharaj, I was thinking of 5:18:11. This is Yat sangalabdham nijvere vaibhavam tirtham muhursam prishtam himanasam harati ajo anta shrutibhir gato angajam kovaina seveta mukunda vikramam. It says that by associating with persons.
By associating with persons for whom the Supreme Personality of Godhead Mukunda is the all in all, one can hear of his powerful activities and soon come to understand them. The activities of Mukunda are so potent that simply by hearing of them, one immediately associates with the Lord. For a person who constantly and very eagerly hears narrations of the Lord's powerful activities, the Absolute Truth, the Personality of Godhead, in the form of sound vibrations, enters within his heart and cleanses it of all contamination. On the other hand, where am I? On the other hand, although bathing in the Ganges diminishes bodily contaminations and infections, this process and the process of visiting holy places can cleanse the heart only after a long time. Therefore, who is the sane man who will not associate with devotees to quickly perfect his life? Very good. When did you first hear that verse? He heard it during, let the record show he heard it during Chad Plus. That's really to the point. I was also thinking of the verse, Bhavadvida Bhagavatas Tirta Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirta Kurvanti Tirtani Sontakstena Gadhabrita. Verse number? Who's got the shloka books? That's definitely in the shloka book. 1, 3, 10. 1, 3, 10? 1, 13, 10. 1, 13, 10. This verse says, in the translation, My Lord, devotees like your good self are verily holy places personified because you carry the personality of Godhead within your heart. You turn all places into places of pilgrimage. So even the places of pilgrimage are purified by the devotees. Why? Because they carry the Supreme Personality of Godhead within their heart. So this is a little something, although going through the Bhagavatam, because really the Bhagavatam is about the devotees of the Lord. In fact, if you look at the whole 7th canto, which ostensibly is about Lord Nrsingadev, who's it mostly about? 7th canto, predominantly about Prahlad Maharaj. Yeah, and the Srimad Bhagavatam is so much about the Lord's devotees. And even the Lord claims that even I get purified by the dust of the lotus feet of the pure devotees. What to speak of others? So, yes, this is one of the purifying points. And please give the microphone to Bali Mardan Prabhu in the back row. Well, second to last row.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good to see you. So I was thinking in a different direction. One is in text 115, which or 19 or something. Panchajanyam Hrishikeso Devadattam Dhananjayam Pondram Sankham Mahasankham and Bhima Karma Padimi. So that one it says when Krishna blew the conch shell, Panchajanya, it also penetrating, and in scientifically also it is proven why do we blow conch. It's also purifying because all the viruses and all gets also removed from this, the amount of the sound it goes. So Krishna is definitely the Panchajanya. The sound is purifying, as well as in Srimad Bhagavatam when Dhruva Maharaj approached to Narayan, he touched this conch to Dhruva Maharaj. That's what he got power, empowered by.
I see. Yeah, I guess that would come from the author of the pink conch, right? Well, since it kills viruses and such, I was thinking maybe next time I take a flight, I should blow it on the plane. Don't worry, I'm killing viruses here. Yes, Krishna's conch shell. When there's a verse we say during puja that even as one worships the conch shell of Lord Krishna, that when he blows it at the gates of hell, then actually everyone becomes liberated and purified there, and then the demonesses have miscarriages and so forth, purifying effects of Krishna's conch. So what other purifying aspects? Krishna, 1, 2.
This was one of the Bhakti Vaibhava verses, and in line with what Kautakarna Prabhu was saying, 5:12. Raghu ganaita tapasa nayati na chejyaya nirvapanad grihadva na chandasa naiva jalagnish suryair vina mahatpada rajobhishekam. My dear King Rahugana, unless one has the opportunity to smear his entire body with the dust of the lotus feet of great devotees, one cannot realize the absolute truth. One cannot realize the absolute truth simply by observing celibacy, strictly following the rules and regulations of householder life, leaving home as a vanaprastha, accepting sannyasa, or undergoing severe penances in winter by keeping oneself submerged in water or surrounding oneself in summer by fire and the scorching heat of the sun. There are many other processes to understand the absolute truth, but the absolute truth is only revealed to one who has attained the mercy of a great devotee.
Very good citation. It's a very important verse. And There's a counterpart verse that goes with this. Can you think of it? Well, Mahat Sevam Dwaram Mahurva Muktes, that's 5th canto from Rishabhadeva. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Mahurva Muktes Tamo Dwaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam Hantaste Samachita Prashanta Vimanyavak Surida Saravoye. This verse says that the gateway, the dwaram, to liberation is opened because of association with great souls. Mahat Sevam, Dwaram, Ahurva Muktes. Of course, the opposite is true. Tamo Dwaram, the door to darkness, is opened by association with those who are absorbed in the material world, materialistic thought. Mahantaste Samachita Prashanta, then it gives a definition of the Mahatmas. They are samachita, which means they remain equipoised. Prashanta means happy and peaceful. Vimanyava, you know what that means? Yeah, look at the word for word. You're going to be surprised what Prabhupada put an extra point in here. Is you see Vimanyava in red? He said, without anger, one must distribute Krishna consciousness to persons who are hostile without becoming angry at them. This is proof about the efficacy of book distribution, because when we go out, there are ways in which we may, people might try to intimidate us, but one must learn to distribute Krishna consciousness to persons who are hostile without becoming angry at them. Possible? Yeah, that's Vimanyava. And then Surita means well-wishers of everyone. Just as Krishna's Suhrit, he's a well-wisher of everyone. The devotee's well-wisher of everyone because he or she is not envious and thinking, I want what they have. And that's what holds up this flow of good wishing for everyone. And Sadhava, qualified devotees without abominable behavior, yea, they who. So those are the kind of people, if one associates with, one gets purified and the door to liberation opens. There are millions of verses that we can quote from the Bhagavad and other related literatures that talk about how the devotees purify us. So in this first point that Shukadeva Goswami is making about the super excellent qualities of Krishna, he's going to give us 5. The first one is this purifying aspect. And we heard about how just thinking of Krishna or coming in contact with Krishna's devotees, hearing the conch shell, name a few more ways in which we come in contact with Krishna and we become purified. 1, 2, oh yes, we didn't get you yet.
Through the holy names, there is a quote which comes to my mind. There is a dialogue between Vishnu and Narada, and in that Lord Vishnu says, Naham vasami vaikunthe yoginam hriday nava mat bhakta yatra gayanti tatra tishtami Narada. So wherever the holy names is sung, the Lord resides there, so we get purified.
Yes. Any place where the devotees are chanting my names, he says, that's where I am. I'm not in the heart of the yogis. I'm not in Vaikuntha, he says. I'm wherever my devotees are chanting my holy names. It's very powerful evidence. So there are, again, hundreds of verses we can give about the purifying effect of the holy name. Right? And so Krishna's devotees, the holy name, conch shell, Munisha, has one of the other purifying aspects of Krishna.
By service, if we do service, we can attain Krishna.
Is that a question or a statement?
No, this is a statement.
Okay.
By doing service, we can attain Krishna and understand Krishna.
Okay, prove it through Shastra.
Bhagavad Gita 10:10 is the only one that comes to mind right now. Tesham satata yuktanam vajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. And in this verse, the translation is by lovingly to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
This is an excellent point you've made, but we need more evidence. And go ahead.
This one is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 2nd chapter, and verse number 16. Shushusho shaddhadhanasya vasudeva katharuchi syan mehat sevya vipra punyatirtha nishevanat. So it says that, by serving the pure devotees of the Lord, then you develop a desire to listen to Krishna Katha.
Excellent. What is the most important, based on frequency of usage and the way it's placed in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and also in Prabhupada's presentations about the purifying effect of service? What would you say is the most quintessential verse? Or just the quintessential verse? I don't need most quintessential. I gave a lot of evidence. What is it that it appears at the very beginning of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? And it starts with an S. Huh? Yeah, give her the mic. It's a very important verse about service and its purifying effect. You look it up. Sarvapadi Vinir Muktam.
Sarvapadi Vinir Muktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevana Bhakti Ruchate.
Translation and the reference point. Narada Pancharatra. Sarvapadi Vinir Muktam Tat Pratvena Nirmalam. So this verse is saying that when you engage your senses in service to whom? Who's Rishikesh? Lord of the senses. If you engage your senses in the service of the Lord of the senses, go ahead.
Bhakti or devotional service means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of all the senses. When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. One is free from all material designations, and simply by being employed in the service of the Lord, one's senses are purified.
There's your verse. That's the quintessential. That is the quintessential verse that proves by engaging the senses in the service of the Lord, one becomes purified. What's another way we become purified, or another evidence for this?
Another way I was thinking is prasadam, Krishna prasad.
Okay, now we're on to something. Give us evidence.
The prasadam prayers I was thinking, Sharira Vidyaja.
What about, which part of the prasadam prayer? Be specific.
Krishna bada daya moy koribare jiva jay, shaprasad anna dilo bhai, shayan namrita pao, Radha Krishna Guno Gao Premedako. I mean, our senses are so wicked, and the tongue is the most dangerous out of all that. And to control that, Krishna he's merciful, and he gives his prasad through which we are purified and we can sing the holy names of the Lord.
Okay, that's good. Yes, Ramananda is weighing in.
So another way to get in contact with Krishna is a Srimad Bhagavatam.
Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, we moved on for prasadam pretty quickly. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam, give evidence. How is the Srimad Bhagavatam purifying?
So it's mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam itself that this Srimad Bhagavatam is a literary incarnation of God.
What's the verse?
Number.
Okay, give it to Hansapriya. Good point. Srimad Bhagavatam.
So Nimna Gana Tatha Ganga Devanam Yachuta Yatha Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu Puranam Idam Tatha. So Bhagavatam is the Purana that has everything, and that's why it satisfies the senses.
It's the best of all the Puranas.
Best of all the Puranas.
And very good. And which verse tells that it's all purifying? By hearing the Bhagavatam. Yes? Take the mic and make your statement and stand up for it. Who wants it more than anybody? Okay, give it to Vantika. She'll take it. Got a winning hand.
This is back to supporting what my mom said. Atashi Krishna nama dina bhaved graim indire. Sevan mukhe hijivada svayam eva spuratyada. So that also shows the tongue is the most voracious of all the senses, and through Krishna Prasad you can control it.
Very good. This is an important verse. It's also in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. But the verse says, Atashi Krishna namadi na bhaved grayam indriya. You can't understand Krishna by the blunt material senses. But if you begin yoga with the tongue, jihva means the tongue, adao means beginning, then Krishna will be pleased to reveal himself to you. And sevonmukhi, this is good because it has the word seva in it. So sevamukhi jivado. So you serve Krishna, you get purified, he'll reveal himself to you. How do you begin the service? With your tongue. Excellent. Very good. Yes.
So for Srimad Bhagavatam, there's one verse that Srimad Bhagavatam 12, 13, 18.
Yes.
Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramahamsyamekam Amalam Jnanam Param Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyam Avishkritam Tachinvansu Patan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuchinara. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana. It is most dear to the Vaishnavas because it describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramahamsas. This Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from all material work, together with the process of transcendental knowledge, renunciation, and devotion. Anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, who properly hears and chants it with devotion, becomes completely liberated.
Excellent. You should add that to our repertoire. In the PPTs, right? So why did you think of this verse, or how did you think of it?
These first words, the Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam.
But how did you find it?
I memorized the first line of the verse.
When?
From hearing your classes, and so the word Amalam means perfectly pure. So that reminded me to go and see this verse and see what the translation was describing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's look at the Sanskrit again. I think it could be, what is that tune called, the Walk of the Tiger? No, but what's that called? Shan Vikriditam. And how do you describe it? The gate of the tiger? It goes, Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramahamsamekam Amalam Jnanam Param Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Statitam Naishkarmyam Avishkritam Tachinvam Supatam Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vamuchendara. You'll add it? Okay. Excellent. Ramananda's got the hot hand today. Look at him go. Okay, go ahead.
This is the verse I was thinking about
Yes.
last time when I made this comment. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.40.
1.3.40. Yes. There it is.
Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Sammitam Uttama Sloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishihi Nisreyasya Lokasya Dhanyam Swasti Ainam Mahat.
Translation, please.
This Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of God, and it is compiled by Sheila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people, and it is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect.
Very good. Has Ramananda been like this since he got back? I mean, there's an effulgence coming out of that corner. Malini.
Another verse about Bhagavatam is 285.
285.
Pravishtakarnarandhrena Swanam Bhava Saruruham Dhunoti Shamalam Krishna Sharilasya Yatha Sharat. The sound incarnation of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Soul, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, enters into the heart of a self-realized devotee, sits on the lotus flower of his loving relationship, and thus cleanses the dust of material association, such as lust, anger, and hankering. Thus it acts like autumnal rains upon the pools of muddy water.
Isn't that a beautiful verse? Well done. It's really good. And this goes beyond just what we call purification. Also, it revives one's relationship with Krishna, because there's no difference between Srimad Bhagavatam and Krishna himself. What's more, we know from the very second verse in the Bhagavatam, Sadyo Hridyavarudyate tra kritibi shushubis takshanat, that as soon as one hears Srimad Bhagavatam, then Krishna becomes attracted to that person and stays within the confines of the person's heart. And what's more, if you look at the 11th canto, 2nd chapter, 55th verse, you get a similar understanding of the power of Srimad Bhagavatam, in which Vrisrijati hridayam yasya sakshad dharirabhasha bhitopya gauganasha pranayarasanaya dhritangri padma sabhavati bhagavata pradana ukta. And the translation is, the Supreme Personality of God is so kind to the conditioned souls that if they call upon Him by speaking His holy name, even unintentionally or unwillingly, the Lord is inclined to destroy innumerable sinful reactions in their hearts. Therefore, when a devotee who has taken shelter of the Lord's lotus feet chants the holy name of Krishna with genuine love, the Supreme Personality of Godhead can never give up the heart of such a devotee. One who has thus captured the Supreme Lord within his heart is to be known as a Bhagavat Pradhana, the most exalted devotee of the Lord. That's quoted in conjunction with the verse I quoted from the 1st canto, 2nd chapter, in which the Lord feels compelled to stay within the heart of a person who hears Srimad Bhagavatam. Then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur quotes this verse as well. Okay, 2 more verses from Shraddha and then one from Bali Mardan Prabhu. Then I'm going to move to the second point in the Krishna book. Oh, okay, go ahead, Avantika. 1, 2, 3.
This verse refers both to Srimad Bhagavatam and pure devotees, like we were talking about earlier. It's from Divinity and Divine Service. Nashta prayesh babadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati utamashloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. So it says, by listening to Srimad Bhagavatam and rendering service to the pure devotee, all desires in the heart are cleansed. Nice.
And that verse points out that there's a person Bhagavata and a book Bhagavata, and both should be served. In fact, let's listen to the purport to that. It's a very important verse. Thank you for quoting it. Bring us to 1 to 18, please. 1 to 19. 18. 1 to 18. And the translation is there, and then we have the purport, which is, here is the remedy for eliminating all inauspicious things within the heart, which are considered to be obstacles in the path of self-realization. That should get our attention. The remedy is the association of the Bhagavatas. There are 2 types of Bhagavatas, namely the book Bhagavata and the devotee Bhagavata. Both the Bhagavatas are competent remedies, and both of them, or either of them, can be good enough to eliminate the obstacles. A devotee Bhagavata is as good as the book Bhagavata because the devotee Bhagavata leads his life in terms of the book Bhagavata, and the book Bhagavata is full of information about the personality of Godhead and his pure devotees, who are also Bhagavatas. The book and person are identical. The devotee Bhagavata is a direct representative of Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. So by pleasing the devotee Bhagavata, one can receive the benefit of the book Bhagavata. Human reason fails to understand how by serving the devotee Bhagavata or the book Bhagavata, one gets gradual promotion on the path of devotion. But actually these are facts explained by Srila Narada Dev, who happened to be the maidservant's son in his previous life. The maidservant was engaged in the menial service of the sages, and thus he also came in contact with them. And simply by associating with them and accepting the remnants of foodstuff left by the sages, the son of the maidservant got the chance to become the great devotee and personality Sri Narada Dev. These are the miraculous effects of the association of Bhagavatas, and to understand these effects practically, it should be noted that by such sincere association of the Bhagavatas, one is sure to receive transcendental knowledge very easily, with the result that he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. The more progress is made in devotional service under the guidance of the Bhagavatas, the more one becomes fixed in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The messages of the book Bhagavata therefore have to be received from the devotee Bhagavata. And the combination of these two Bhagavatas will help the neophyte devotee to make progress on and on. Prabhupada's purports are like poetry, aren't they? Just beautiful and perfectly balanced in every way. Okay, then we go to Shraddha and Bali Mardan for the close.
This one is Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, verse number 2.
112.
Yeah, and we'll just take the translation.
Let's have a look at 112.
We can just do the translation.
Okay, translation. Please, go ahead.
Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavad Puran propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart.
Excellent. Beautiful. Bali Mardan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So I was thinking of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes that because we are following the Gaudiya Vaishnava, so Aradhya Bhagavan Brajeshu Tanaya Tadham Vrindavana Ramya Kachi Dupasana Brajabodha Vargena Sakalpita Srimata Bhagavata Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartha Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ramata Idam Tatra Paratarana. So that means why I am reading this Bhagavatam, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, this is the ultimate goal of life, Prema Pumartha Mahan. You will get love of Godhead by reciting or reading or serving Srimad Bhagavatam.
Thank you very much. From the Chaitanya Manjusha.
Thank you.
And now the second point that we have here in the Krishna book begins with the sentence, the next excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance was that although he apparently gave protection to the devotees and annihilated the demons, both the devotees and the demons achieved the same result. Lord Krishna is the bestower of 5 kinds of liberation, of which Sayuja Mukti, or the liberation of becoming one with the Supreme, was given to demons like Kamsa, whereas the gopis were given the chance to associate with him personally. The gopis kept their individuality to enjoy the company of Lord Krishna, but Kamsa was accepted into his impersonal Brahmajyoti. In other words, both the demons and the gopis were spiritually liberated, but because the demons were enemies and the gopis were friends, the demons were killed and the gopis protected. So it's our second point. I kind of alluded to that point in the first one, in the because the first one pointed out Krishna's purifying abilities, and I said, sort of giving away this one, that even the demons, when killed, become liberated. So the first one was Krishna's purifying effects, and the second is that he liberates both demons and devotees. One of his excellences. The third excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance was that the goddess of fortune, who was worshipped by demigods like Lord Brahma, Indra, and Chandra, remained always engaged in the service of the Lord, even though the Lord gave more preference to the gopis. Lakshmi Ji, the goddess of fortune, tried her best to be on an equal level with the gopis, but she was not successful. Nevertheless, she remained faithful to Krishna, although she generally does not remain in one place if worshipped by demigods like Lord Brahma. Why is that remarkable? And give evidence why it's remarkable from the Shastra. The point is that Lakshmi Ji, first of all, stayed with Krishna despite the fact that he was more interested in the gopis than in her. Second of all is that she tried to attain the position or the same type of service of the gopis and was not able to do so. Yes, Srivata.
It reminded me of the verse Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradokshije ahaituki apratiyata yayatma suprasidati, and how it should be unmotivated and uninterrupted, the devotional service to Krishna, and how even though Krishna is giving a preference to the gopis, she's still she's still enthusiastically serving Krishna.
Excellent. Who can give another verse that says that very specifically? You want a hint? Yes. It's in the Shikshashtakam. You want another hint? Yes. You know what it is? Okay, go ahead.
Ashlishyava padaratam pinastumam adarshanam varmahatam karotuva yatatata va vidadhatu lampato mat prananatastu saivana paraha.
Very good. Tell us more about the verse. Which part of it indicates and makes the point?
Mat prananatastu saivana paraha, in which he says that no matter what you do to me, whether even if you don't treat me well.
Adarshanam. Adarshanam means what? Darshanam means and adarshanam. So if you don't give me your darshan, it's like forget it. You can't see me. Then still, right?
Still, you're the Lord of my heart.
Still, you're my life and soul. Even if you don't reveal, or even if you treat me roughly, still, this is an indication of pure devotional service. Okay, so what other ways can we explore this point, this excellence of Krishna about Lakshmi Ji? This is an important point because first of all, why is it an important point according to our theology? Why would this be important? Ask Ananta Dev. You give him the mic, he's back there.
Hare Krishna. Because each relationship with Krishna is complete in and of itself. And so one doesn't have to try and take the position of a different relationship that isn't their own with Krishna. And we can substantiate that from the Ishopanishad, the invocation, that everything that emanates from the Lord is perfect and complete. And so the relationship with the Lord is also perfect and complete, whether you're Lakshmi Ji or whether you're a gopi or whether you're a stone in Vrindavan. That relationship is your unique relationship with Krishna, and that gives you full satisfaction.
This is an excellent point. It's also brought up in the Brihat Bhagavatamrita. Now let me refine my question a little bit more. According to our acharyas, who are specifically Rupa and Sanatan, who are Rupa Anugas, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Does everyone agree with us? Yes. They do? Does everyone agree that Krishna is the Supreme Personality? I just came from Tirupati. Not everyone agrees. They think Balaji and the Lord of Vaikuntha is supreme. Krishna, his pastimes, they're kind of cute. But the real God is in Vaikuntha, Narayan, right? Am I correct? Is that true? Okay, Priya Kishori. Oh, you wanted to make a point. Ramananda, he's in the hot corner here. Here you go.
I wanted to make the same comment that you were already touching. It establishes Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why this point is important.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is regarding this third excellence of Krishna.
Yes.
So this one establishes Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead rather than Lord Vishnu Vaikuntha, Narayan.
How?
Because Lakshmiji is already the consort of Narayan.
Yes.
And she left him and she performed severe penances to attain Krishna.
Correct.
But still she could not attain.
That
even
is the
afterwards.
proof. That is the proof that Krishna is superior to Narayan. Who gave this proof? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To whom? Who did he give it to? Vyankatabhata, yes. So in his very light-hearted conversation with Vyankatabhata when he was in South India, very particularly he was in Sri Rangam. The family of Vyankatabhata were all Ramanuja, followers of Ramanuja and worshipping Lord Narayan, Lakshmi and Narayan. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought up several points for him to consider, and this is one of them that Ramananda Prabhu so astutely brought out. And that is, why is it, and it's well known, that Lakshmi Devi went to perform severe austerities to enter into the rasa dance because she wanted to associate with Lord Krishna. Was she able to do that? No, well, she was not able to do that. Why wasn't she? Okay, use the mic, otherwise you only get 0 credit. Okay. I don't know, you have to find it. Vyankatabhata?
Madhya 9, 136.
Madhya 9, 136.
The Lakshmi chahe sei deha Krishnera sangama gopika anuga hana na kaila bhajana. The goddess of fortune Lakshmi wanted to enjoy Krishna and at the same time retain her spiritual body in the form of Lakshmi. However, she did not follow in the footsteps of the gopis in her worship of Krishna.
Correct. And therefore, she was not successful, right? However, as Nantadev Prabhu pointed out, we don't think any less of Lakshmi Devi. But the fact is that the gopis are in a superior position. And that's proven by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this section of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. For those who are keeping score at home, this is from the Madhya Lila, chapter number 9, when Lord Chaitanya travels to holy places. He wasn't obviously, when he went to holy places, just keeping to himself, but he was meeting all kinds of people and having these discussions. Within this section, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes a verse which is very important and everyone should learn it in understanding this essential point, one of the excellences of Krishna. And he says, and it's from the Bhagavatam, that it's very difficult to attain Krishna through jnana, through yoga, through karma. Only if one has spontaneous devotional service, following in the footsteps of the residents of Vrindavan, can one attain perfection. What is the verse? Try. You got to look at it by subject. That's a different verse. The verse specifically, and it's in this section of the Chaitanya Charitamrita that Mahaprabhu quotes it. It's quoted in other places as well. What is the verse? Not exactly. Try Bhagavatam 10:9-21. We'll look at this verse. Mahaprabhu quotes this several times. And you can remember it in relationship with Lakshmiji, because is there a chance that you would run into somebody who says that actually Lord Narayan is the source of Krishna? Possible, right? Here's the proof. And this is what Mahaprabhu gave as proof, along with the story of Lakshmiji trying to enter into the rasa dance. Nayam Sukhapu Bhagavan, please repeat. Dehinam Gopika Sutta. Jnaninam Chat Mabhutanam. Yata Bhakti Matam Iha. Na, not. Ayam, this. Sukha Apa, very easily obtainable, or an object of happiness. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dehinam, of persons in the bodily concept of life, especially the karmis. Gopika Sutta, Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda. Krishna, as the son of Vasudeva, is called Vasudeva, and as the son of Mother Yashoda, he is known as Krishna. Jnaninam cha, and of the Jnanis who try to be free from material contamination. Atmabhutanam, of self-sufficient yogis. Yata, as Bhakti Matam, of the devotees. Iha, in this world. Translation: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service, but he is not as easily accessible to mental speculators, to those striving for self-realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider the body the same as the self. Purport: Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the son of Mother Yashoda, is very easily available to devotees, but not to tapasvis, yogis, jnanis, and others who have a bodily concept of life. Although they may sometimes be called Shanta Bhaktas, real bhakti begins with Dasya Ras. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4:11, Ye yata mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham mama vartman vartante manusha partha sarvashaha. As living entities surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pratha. Everyone is seeking Krishna, for he is the super soul of all individual souls. Everyone loves his body and wants to protect it because he is within the body as the soul. And everyone loves the soul because the soul is part and parcel of the super soul. Therefore, everyone is actually seeking to achieve happiness by reviving his relationship with the super soul. Those are three important sentences because by logic it shows us why we should worship God. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 15:15, Vedaishcha sarver ahameva vedya, by all the Vedas, it is I who am to be known. Therefore the karmis, jnanis, yogis, and saintly persons are all seeking Krishna. But by following in the footsteps of devotees who are in a direct relationship with Krishna, especially the inhabitants of Vrindavana, one can reach the supreme position of associating with Krishna. As it is said, Vrindavanam parityaja paramekam nagacchati. Krishna does not leave Vrindavan even for a moment. The Vrindavan Vasis, Mother Yashoda, Krishna's friends, and Krishna's conjugal lovers, the younger gopis with whom he dances, have very intimate relationships with Krishna, and if one follows in the footsteps of these devotees, Krishna is available. He's available. I've got a question for you. Is Krishna available? Right now? Yes. Okay. Although the Nitya Siddha expansions of Krishna always remain with Krishna, if those engaged in sadhana siddhi follow in the footsteps of Krishna's Nitya Siddha associates, such sadhana siddhas also can easily attain Krishna without difficulty. But there are those who are attached to bodily concepts of life. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, for example, have very prestigious positions, and thus they have the sense of being very exalted, Ishvaras. In other words, because Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are guna avatars and have exalted positions, they have some small sense of being like Krishna. But the pure devotees who inhabit Vrindavan do not possess any bodily conception. They are fully dedicated to the service of the Lord in sublime affection. In what? Prema. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore recommended Prema Pumarto Mahan. The highest perfection of life is prema, pure love in relationship with Krishna, and Mother Yashoda appears to be the topmost of devotees who have attained this perfection. Om Tat Sat. So this is an important verse, and it's at 10.9.21. Where is it? Nayam Sukhapu Bhagavan. The Nayam Sukhapu Bhagavan verse. You should have that one ready at the bottom of your throat, ready to go. Yes? Sukeshwari needs a microphone.
Prabhu, so happy to have you back.
Thank you.
Prabhu, I was just thinking that about when we are talking about Lakshmi Devi or any other devotee, but not the gopis. Does that really make a difference for a devotee, like personally, if their real, their real relationship with Krishna was in a particular mood? For them, that itself gives the most happiness, right? When I'm trying to understand what does it exactly mean by topmost of the devotees? Like we know the gopis are the topmost because they are in the conjugal rasa. So when other devotees who are in the Shanta rasa or Dasya rasa or Sakhya or Vatsalya, does that mean that at some point they want to reach there, or they're just happy with their constitutional position?
I think that Anantadev Prabhu brought that out earlier, and he said that they're all satisfied with their constitutional position. First of all, consider this scenario. Everyone's in conjugal relationship. Nobody in parental, nobody in friendship, nobody in Shanta, nobody also admiring the Lord for his opulences in Vaikuntha. What do you have then? No, you have no variety, right? Yeah. And basically, it's the interaction of these various relationships that gives Krishna pleasure. And therefore the devotees are very happy in their relationship. Not only that, you will find that the devotees, because they're pure-hearted, are always appreciating the service of the other devotees. So if you're in conjugal ras or you're appreciating conjugal ras, what is the difference? In other words, if somebody's in another rasa, but meditating on and appreciating somebody who's in a different rasa, then, as we've talked about before, and Queen Kunti brings up, Shrinvanti Gayanti Grinanti. If you're appreciating the devotional service of others, you're actually imbibing that. You're drinking it in. And so there is no sense of which one is hankering for another rasa. One feels completely satisfied in that. However, it's mentioned in the Shastra that if one commits some kind of an offense in the performance of devotional service, one can be demoted or lose one's sense of one's relationship with Krishna. So one has to be very careful, prosecution of devotional service, not to make offenses, especially to pure devotees.
So one more point I was just thinking, Prabhu. So for us, we see these in our textbooks that Gaudiya Vaishnavas are reading. Does that mean that almost all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas who are following Rupa Goswami are actually trying to achieve the lotus feet of the gopis rather than go into Vaikuntha?
I don't know,
planet?
what are you trying to do? Let's ask you. What is your aspiration? Well, there's different ways of looking at it. One is that there's no accident. I mean, how is it that we all ended up on the same planet and in the same movement, attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? There are devotees who are more specifically attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu than to Radha Krishna, but what's the difference? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. And there are devotees who are more attracted to Radha Krishna than Mahaprabhu. But if you go deeply enough within Mahaprabhu's pastimes, you'll end up with Radha Krishna. And if you go deeply enough within Radha Krishna's pastimes, you'll end up at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta says, and some devotees, they like both at the same time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. And in which case, such devotees are accommodated. They live both in the transcendental abode of Navadvip and Vrindavan simultaneously. which is possible when you're in the very subtle spiritual environment.
One last thing, Prabhu. I was also thinking about when somebody is in Shanta Rasa, when somebody is in conjugal rav, they can also take up the level of all the other rasas, right? Like
well, they're all included, yeah.
Included, okay.
Yeah, they're all included. Just like earth, it has all the other qualities of the other elements, but it's a culmination of that, of all of them.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we have, is everyone okay? Yes. You still feel enlivened? Yes. Keep going? Yes. You need a little break? No. Yes. Okay, so we'll take a little break. We'll come back here at 10 minutes after, but we'll have, somebody will keep the vibration going in the background. Someone will volunteer, I know, to keep the some sweet bhajan going, and then you all take a break, refresh your brain, and come back here at 10 minutes after. That includes everyone online. We'll be right back. Don't go away. If you see an empty chair here, that's just because we're taking a short break for the finish.
I thought it's Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakur. I was going to sing real fast, this small one. I'll sing it later. Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakura, Dayara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kari. Diya pada chaya shadahe amaya tumara charana dori. Diya pada chaya shadahe amaya tumara charana dori. Jaya Gadami Jaya Desha Shadi Jaya Guna Dehodasi. Jaya Satsanga Basuchi Sangarashe. Jaya Satsanga Deho He Amare Basuchi Sangarashe. That's so weird. Ekaki amara nahi paya vala harinama sankirtane. Tumi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya deho Krishna namadane. Krishna se tomara Krishna dite para tomara shakti ache. Amito Kangala
pache pache. Oh Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Dase Karuna Kori. Diya pada chaya shado hai amaya tomara charana dori. Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare.
The fourth excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance concerns the glories of his name. It is stated in the Vedic literature that by chanting the different names of Lord Vishnu 1,000 times, one may be bestowed with the same benefits as by thrice chanting the holy name of Lord Rama. Please say Rama 3 times. Now say the names of Lord Vishnu 1,000 times. Yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhana vimuchite namastasmai Vishnave Prabhu Vishnave nama samasta bhutana maribhutaya bhuprate aneka rupa rupaya Vishnave Prabhu Vishnave Om Vishnam Vishna Vishatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu Bhuta Bridbar Bhupavo Bhuta Ma Purpavana Bhuta Ma Paramatma Cha Bhutanam Paramagadihi. And by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna only once, one receives the same benefit. Say Krishna once. In other words, of all the holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, including Vishnu and Rama, the holy name of Krishna is the most powerful. The Vedic literature therefore specifically stresses the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya introduced this chanting of the holy name of Krishna in this age, thus making liberation much more easily obtainable than in other ages. In other words, Lord Krishna is more excellent than his incarnations, although all of them are equally the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in the spiritual world, the superlatives are excellent, more excellent, perfect, more perfect, and most perfect. So they're all perfect, but there are gradations even within the absolute. And the holy name of Krishna is the most excellent, the most perfect of all the names, most complete. So number 1 point of Krishna's excellences was, by Shukadeva Goswami, he's all purifying. Second, he liberates both demons and devotees. 3, say what? What? Can we codify it? It says, in this point, the third excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance was that the goddess of fortune, who is worshipped by demigods like Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, and Lord Chandra, remained always engaged in the service of the Lord, even though the Lord gave more preference to the gopis. Lakshmi Ji, the goddess of fortune, tried her best to be on an equal level with the gopis, but she was not successful. Nevertheless, she remained faithful to Krishna, although she generally does not remain in one place, even if worshipped by the demigods like Lord Brahma. Where does Lakshmi Ji come from originally? Where do all Shaktis, according to the... Yes, just as Krishna is the source of all energies, the source of all Shaktis, including the queens in Dwarka and the Lakshmis, they all emanate from Radharani. And it's remarkable, and then Srivatsa Prabhu gave that quotation, Sarvai Pum Samparo Dharmo Yato Bhakti Radhoksaje Ahaitu Kiya Pratyata. The symptom of somebody who's really in love with Krishna is that the person's quality of the devotion is special. It's uninterrupted and it's unmotivated. You'll find in the Bhagavatamrita that Krishna, one of the opening scenes is Krishna and Dwarka. And what's he doing? He's crying and pining over the gopis in Vrindavan. But that's all happening in front of his queens in Dwarka. And in fact, in one section he says that the only reason I married you is because you reminded me of the gopis. And they don't mind, because their service is unmotivated. It's not to become jealous. So that is one of the qualities that's mentioned here, one of the excellences of Krishna. And then the fourth excellence, the glories of his holy name. And the way that Srila Prabhupada presented here is Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rama Nama Vino Rame. Yeah, I feel like I'm in South India when I hear that. So, because it's always blasting everywhere, including at the bus station. So, the fact is that 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu, according to Shastra, is equal to 3 names of Lord Rama, and 1 Krishna is worth 3 Ramas. Therefore, was this on your test? Was it on the SATs? No, they don't have that kind of stuff. Yes, Prabhu. Dayaniti Prabhu, good to see you.
Nice to have you back, Prabhu.
Thank you so much.
When it says Rama, is it referring to Rama as in Ramachandra?
Yes.
Okay. Not Radha Raman.
Yes.
Or Raman, so, okay.
In fact, there's a purport you'll find in the 9th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, where Prabhupada says there was a dispute, and some were saying that Rama means Balaram, other people say it means Ramachandra, and he said, I told them they're both right. Okay, so Number 5, are you ready? Could you even imagine what it might be? Don't look. The 5th excellence of Lord Krishna's appearance is that he established the most excellent of all religious principles by his one statement in the Bhagavad Gita, that simply by surrendering unto him, one can discharge all the principles of religious rites. That's nice, isn't it? In the Vedic literature, there are 20 kinds of religious principles mentioned, and each of them is described in different shastras. But Lord Krishna is so kind to the fallen conditioned souls of this age that he personally appeared and asked everyone to give up all kinds of religious rites and simply surrender unto him. It is said that this age of Kali is 3/4 devoid of religious principles. Hardly 1/4 of the principles of religion are still observed in this age. But by the mercy of Lord Krishna, not only has this void of Kali Yuga been completely filled, but the religious process has been made so easy that simply by rendering transcendental loving service unto Krishna, Lord Krishna, by chanting his holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, one can achieve the highest result of religion, namely being transferred to the highest planet within the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan. Considering all this, one can immediately appreciate the benefit of Lord Krishna's appearance on the earth and understand that his giving relief to the people of the world by his appearance was not at all extraordinary. Srila Shukadeva Goswami thus concludes his description of the super exalted position of Lord Krishna by glorifying him in the following way. O Lord Krishna, all glories unto you. You are present in everyone's heart as Paramatma. Therefore, you are known as Jananivasa, one who lives in everyone's heart. So that verse, Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janmavado Yaduvada Parishat Swarado Virasyana Dharmam Stirachara Vijinana Susmita Shri Mukena Vrajapura Vanitanam Vardayam Kamadevam. You all know that, right? You're supposed to say it when you wake up in the morning. You all know it? If you do this, one thing, get this verse. This is known by all Gaudiya Vaishnavas. It's the verse that you say right when you wake up in the morning. You can make a little card with the verse on it. Can we see the verse on the board? Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janmavado Yadavada Parishat Swarado Virasanda Dharmam. It just says everything about Krishna, all his qualities, aspects. So when you wake up in the morning, you say this verse, you'll remember him and all his relationships with his various devotees. 10:90:48. Here it is. I'll say, please repeat. Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janmavado Yaduvara Parishat Swar Dorabhir Asyanda Dharmam Stirachara Vijnina Ganas Susmita Shri Mukena Vrajapura Vanitanam Vardayam Kamadevam. For those who are keeping score at home, that's 10:90:48, and the translation is, Lord Sri Krishna, who is known as Jananivasa, the ultimate resort of all living entities, and who is also known as Devaki Nandana and Yashoda Nandana, the son of Devaki and Yashoda. He is the guide of the Yadu dynasty, and with his mighty arms he kills everything inauspicious, as well as every man who is impious. By his presence he destroys all things inauspicious for all living entities, moving and inert. His blissful smiling face always increases the lusty desires of the gopis of Vrindavan. May he be all glorious and happy. Is there a purport? The translation and word meanings of this verse are taken from Srila Prabhupada's English rendering of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 1379. Can somebody see why Prabhupada quoted, why Kaviraj Goswami quoted it there? According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, Srila Shukadeva Goswami has composed this beautiful verse to console those who lament the fact that Lord Krishna did not continue to manifest his intimate pastimes down to the present time. You can get consolation from this verse. Solace is a better word probably. Here, Sri Shukadeva Goswami reminds his listeners that the Lord is eternally present in this world, in his holy abode, his name, and the recitation of his glories. This idea is expressed by the word Jayati, he is victorious, which is in the present tense rather than the past. Isn't that nice? Srila Prabhupada explains this verse as follows in Krishna. Srila Shukadeva Goswami, it's a mirror image now. We're back to where we were. Srila Prabhupada explains this verse as follows in Krishna. Srila Shukadeva Goswami thus concludes his description of the super excellent position of Lord Krishna by glorifying him in the following way. O Lord Krishna, all glories unto you. You are present in everyone's heart as Paramatma. Therefore you are known as Jananivasa, one who lives in everyone's heart. As confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara Sarvabhutanamrita Sharadunatishthati. The Supreme Lord in his Paramatma feature lives in everyone's heart. This does not mean, however, that Krishna has no separate existence as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Mayavadi philosophers accept the all-pervading feature of Parabrahman, but when Parabrahman or the Supreme Lord appears, they think that he appears under the control of material nature. Because Lord Krishna appeared as the son of Devaki, the Mayavadi philosophers accept Krishna to be an ordinary living entity who takes birth within this material world. Therefore, Shukadeva Goswami warns them, Devaki Janmavada, which means that although Krishna is famous as the son of Devaki, actually he is the supersoul, or all-pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead. The devotees, however, take this word, Devaki Janmavada, in a different way. The devotees understand that actually Krishna was the son of Mother Yashoda. Although Krishna first of all appeared as the son of Devaki, he immediately transferred himself to the lap of Mother Yashoda, and his childhood pastimes were blissfully enjoyed by Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. This fact was also admitted by Vasudeva himself when he met Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda at Kurukshetra. That's the first time actually that it really came out clearly at Kurukshetra that the old switcheroo had taken place. It was admitted there at Kurukshetra. He admitted that Krishna and Balaram were actually the sons of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. Vasudeva and Devaki were only their official father and mother. Their actual father and mother were Nanda and Yashoda. Therefore, Shukadeva Goswami describes Lord Krishna as Devaki Janmavada. Shukadeva Goswami then glorifies the Lord as one who is honored by the Yaduvara Parishat, the assembly house of the Yadu dynasty, and as the killer of different kinds of demons. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could have killed all the demons by employing his different material energies, but he wanted to kill them personally in order to give them salvation. There was no need of Krishna's coming to this material world to kill the demons. Simply by his willing, many hundreds of thousands of demons could have been killed without his personal endeavor, but actually he descended for his pure devotees to play as a child with Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, and to give pleasure to the inhabitants of Dwarka. By killing the demons and by giving protection to the devotees, Lord Krishna established the real religious principle, which is simply love of God. What is the real religious principle? Yeah, that's very important. Keep it simple. By following the factual religious principles, Prema Pumarto Mahan, from the Chaitanya Manjusha, Bali Mardan quoted it earlier, Aradyo Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayasta Dhamma Vrindavana Ramya Kachirupasana Vraja Vidu Vargena Vokalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumarto Mahan. That was the ideal of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's the highest goal of life, is pure love for God. By following the factual religious principles of love of God, even the living entities known as Sthirachara were also delivered from all material contamination and were transferred to the spiritual kingdom. Sthira means the trees and plants, which cannot move. And chara means the moving animals, especially the cows. When Krishna was present, he delivered all the trees, monkeys, and other plants and animals who happened to see him and serve him both in Vrindavan and Dwarka. Lord Krishna is especially glorified for giving pleasure to the gopis and the queens of Dwarka. Shukadeva Goswami glorifies Lord Krishna for his enchanting smile, by which he enchanted not only the gopis of Vrindavan, but also the queens of Dwarka. The exact words used in this connection are Varyam Kamadevam, in Vrindavan as the boyfriend of many gopis, and in Dwarka as the husband of many queens. Krishna increased their lusty desires to enjoy with him. For God realization or self-realization, one generally has to undergo severe austerities and penances for many, many thousands of years, and then it may be possible to realize God. But the gopis and the queens of Dwarka, simply by enhancing their lusty desires to enjoy Krishna as their boyfriend or husband, receive the highest types of salvation. So that's what we would have read in the Krishna book, but it's here quoted. And we find when Krishna goes to Mathura with Akrura who's deployed by Kamsa to come to Vrindavan on this mission to bring Krishna back. Kamsa tells him that the reason I'm bringing them back, Krishna and Balaram, is to kill them. And here's a pure devotee, Akrura, who goes to Vrindavan to pick them up and bring them back to be killed. Of course, on the way there, he says, although I'm on a dastardly mission, Krishna knows my heart because I'm a pure devotee. And he was only looking forward to seeing the Lord and having him put his hand on his head, give him benedictions. Nonetheless, Krishna and Balaram do leave Vrindavan, apparently. They stay there in their bhava form. But when they come to Mathura, who's the first person they meet? Yeah. They meet the washerman, and they ask for something. What do they ask for? They want some clothes, and what do the washermen say? These are the king's things, and if you continue to ask such inappropriate questions, you may be punished or even killed. So what did Krishna do? He just lopped off his head with his hand. And then he and his boyfriends just picked up whatever clothes they wanted and put it on. And it's described how Krishna and Balaram looked like two baby elephants all dressed up, walking down the street, one black, one white. And what about the flower garland maker? Did he give a similar answer? What did he say? Krishna Balaram appreciated the flowers. He wanted immediately to give them whatever flowers they wanted. He made them garlands. And then Krishna told them to take any benediction you want. And he immediately benedicted them. And it's pointed out there that just by a simple attitude of appreciating Krishna and just giving him some service, whatever he asks for, then one becomes eternally benefited. So this verse is pointing out how kind Krishna is. And one of the aspects there is, one of the super excellent aspects of Krishna is that he comes personally to kill the demons, although he could do it by making them slip on a banana peel. He comes and personally kills them because then they get the benefit, and he wants to benefit everybody by that. So we have these 5 excellences that you can meditate on and keep in your mind, and it will really improve your devotional practice by remembering these 5 excellences of Krishna. And the first one is? What? Krishna's all purifying. And we started, although it was like crossing the ocean, for us to name all the ways in which Krishna appears so that we could become purified, we would have to take a freighter across the ocean. We started off just by wetting our beak and touching a few verses and a few ways in which Krishna appears in our lives. And what were some of the ways that we brought up, that all of you brought up and gave evidence for from the Shastra that Krishna is purifying in our lives? I heard prasadam. It all comes at me at one time, so it's really hard. There was prasadam, association of devotees. There was service, hearing the holy names, hearing and chanting the holy names, Srimad Bhagavatam, conch shell, pink preferably. And if we didn't even mention the deity. All over the world now there are Radha Krishna deities. I mean, you can go to the most unlikely places and walk in, and the environment there. Lord Kapila mentions this to his mother. He said, if you come in and you see my smiling form, smell the incenses and the flowers that are offered to me, you become imperceptibly liberated. And we see people come in and they're being harassed by the material world, because that's what happens here, and in the material world. And when people walk into the environment of the temple and they see Radha and Krishna, they're immediately liberated. They're Kanishta-adhikaris, they're very elevated souls, the Kanishtas. What to speak of the Madhyans and the Uttamas. Okay, so we talked about the purifying effect of Krishna. Number 2, excellence. Shukadeva Goswami himself mentions at the end of the 10th canto. Second one was kills demons and delivers the devotees equally. Whoever he kills becomes liberated. And number 3, even Lakshmi wants to attain the association of Krishna, and she's not disturbed that she wasn't able to attain the position of the gopis. Then number 4, glory to the holy name, and Prabhupada mentioned how if you chant the 1,000 names of Vishnu, it's equal to chanting 3 Ramas or 1 Krishna. And by such logic, he pointed out the super excellent name of Krishna. And we get to chant it all day long. No one can stop us. And then number 5, Sarva Dharma Parityaja. In one of his commentaries in the Bhagavatam, Jiva Goswami says the devotees are constantly meditating on this promise of Krishna. Think about how important it is. It's easy to skip over because Prabhupada quotes it hundreds of times in his purports, and we can think, oh yeah, Sarva Dharma Parityaja. But think about what Krishna's saying. Abandon all varieties of religion. So he makes it more specific here. There are various religious rituals that one is expected to perform. But Krishna says, just forget it and surrender to me. Think of me. Do this simple process of devotional service and surrender to me in that way, and I'll deliver you. Don't worry about anything else. We were reading in the Payovrata vow, which was for Aditi. She wanted to have revenge because heaven had been stolen away by the demons, headed by Mali Maharaj. So she went to her husband, Kashyapa, and was spoke sweet words, and then finally he said, what can I do for you? And she said, I want to have a son that can bring back our position of my sons, the demigods, the devas. So he gave her this elaborate system of worship that included many onerous kinds of practices throughout the day. Do this and not that. 24 hours a day she had to do these things and also drink only milk. And Prabhupada mentions there that if you're following the system of Krishna consciousness as given to you through the ISKCON process, he said you're doing all those things automatically. So in a similar way, this is mentioned here, just by chanting Hare Krishna, doing the simple process of devotional service. All the other very complicated religious rites are covered. Sarva Dharman Parityaja, if you just do that one thing. So those are the 5 for your meditation. And then we heard the verse, Jayati Janani Vaso Devaki Jamavada. Mayapur Vihari Prabhu. Looks like a question, I could tell. Okay, go ahead. Yellow. maybe you can get a trade-in. We'll give you a trade-in.
Okay, it's started. Thank you. Mara, in this purport, when we are talking about plants and animals, if we can go up in this, and it said something like religion of devotion. Can we go up, Mataji? In the purport where we're talking about plants and animals also. Yeah. Yeah, you were there. Transfer to the... By following the factual religious principles of love of God. So that means devotional service. Can you elaborate this religious principles of love of God, which I understand as bhakti? And how can plants and animals...
Well, the main religious principle in bhakti is manmana bhavamat bhakto. This is mentioned by Rupa Goswami when he says that there are many rules and regulations to follow in throughout the Shastras. And all of these rules and regulations, do's and do nots, are servants to two principles. One is to always remember Krishna, which you know is A-R-K, and the other is never forget Krishna. So this is what Krishna brought, was his presence. And just by seeing him, just by coming in contact with him, then everyone becomes purified. And we can all have the exact same experience by reading Bhagavatam, by reading Krishna book. There's no difference between being in Vrindavan and reading Krishna book. Being in Vrindavan and seeing Krishna's pastimes and reading Krishna book are the same. So we become liberated by that simple, or as Prabhupada puts it here, this factual religious principle, which is to come in contact with the personality of Godhead Krishna. This is the point of his super excellence. And that's why he comes. So he displays that I'm a person. Many different religious processes around the world, but they're all very hesitant about revealing who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Either that, or perhaps they don't have a vivid description of who he is and what his pastimes are. Oftentimes it's taboo to mention God. They'll say Son of God, or say the last prophet of God. But when it comes to his form or his name, this is, or describing his pastimes and form, this becomes blasphemous. Whereas Krishna comes and fully displays these things. Things means in form, name, pastimes, his friends, his mother, father, and so forth. And the lower living entities, although they're simple, they can come in contact with Krishna just by his pastimes. In Vrindavan, Krishna played with the animals, and especially mentioned the cows. He herded the cows. And there were trees that he liberated. Even in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, he embraced palm trees and they went back to Godhead. He walked through Jarikhanda. What to speak of Krishna walking through Vrindavan, all those trees that came in contact with him. In fact, in the beautiful poetry of the Rasa dance, we hear about how the gopis, when they were searching for Krishna, were interacting with all of these plants and creepers and asking them, can you tell us, dear Nipa tree, where he went? It's like, they won't tell you. You ask the other one. Ask Tulsi. She knows everything. Yes?
Prabhu, earlier you were mentioning the glories of Akura and how he had this special service of bringing Krishna, and he had so much love and dedication while he was doing that service. However, later on in Krishna book, when Krishna is in Dwarka and in the pastime of Satyabhama, I don't know if this is the same Akura, but he and Kritavarma have actually taken that Shamantaka jewel. So how is it that this transformation happens from such a loving mood to feeling this different, kind of actions that seem to be against the Lord?
Well, one thing is that the acharyas say that Akura got a curse from the gopis because he's the one who took Krishna away from Vrindavan. So that there was some effect from that later on. And the other answer is, and you'll see this throughout Krishna's pastimes, devotees have lives that are that have twists and turns in them also. And this doesn't mean that they're not pure devotees, just because there are various ways in which they go through seemingly ordinary kinds of expressions of worldliness. Doesn't disqualify them. It's the nature of the world.
I was just thinking that how powerful Vaishnava Aparadha is in the context of Akrura, right? He made that gopis unhappy. So
yeah, well, the gopis said later on that, his name is Akrura, but actually, which is not cruel. So this is the most cruel thing that can happen. But, he was asked to go there. It's complicated. The world's complicated. I mean, one lesson we can take from this is not that we become a devotee and that things, then don't think things are not going to still be complicated in some way. In fact, often within the complication, you find more reason to take shelter of Krishna. In fact, in the pastime of the rasa dance, when Krishna called the gopis with his flute song, all of them rushed there. They didn't consult one another. Nobody texted another and said, "Are you going?" They all just immediately ran to the same place. And the ones that couldn't get out because they were blocked by their husbands were even more purified because of the fact they couldn't go out. The intensity of that being held back burned up any last vestiges of their connection to the material world. You were going to say?
Yeah, I was just commenting on the complexity that you mentioned, that Akrura was first asked to bring Krishna from there, and then he gets sort of punished for that. And in contrast, when Krishna asks, when he's talking to Narada and he says, "Okay, get the dust of I need the dust of the feet to cure my headache." And when the gopis give it readily, they were also asked to give in one way, but nothing happens to them. So it's complicated.
So along with this example, if during the course of our activities, some of our actions may not please everybody.
I could tell you, once I was staying in Calcutta with my friend, and we used to take care of the devotees who were traveling on yatra from Mayapur to Puri, or I can't remember if it was Puri to Mayapur, and they'd stop over in Calcutta. And we had a dharamshala there, and we'd take care of them, and we'd also feed them. And so there were a bunch of German devotees, and I served out this sabji with curd in it. And after that day, I never did it again. I would serve rice. And the reason was, every one of them said, "Prabhu, give me more curd." And I'd been instructed, there's only a certain amount of curd balls in here, so don't give more. So I was like, "Sorry, that's it." And they go, "I curse you. You're a demon." Nowadays, people just defriend you from Facebook, or unfriend, whatever it's called. But I learned then, even when you're serving the devotees, pick something where you won't be cursed. "Prabhu, you're a demon. Give me more curd."
Yes, that was along the lines of my question.
Of course, these things always work themselves out. Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita, for a sincere soul, there's never any ultimate diminution. And so much of this is simply part of the pastimes of the Lord. That's what makes it interesting, actually.
So despite the fact that we may be doing a certain service, if somebody or some other devotee is displeased and we we are the recipients of that, we still suffer that reaction.
Not necessarily. Especially if you're going out of your way to make sure that you don't. Actual aparadha requires malice. And after all, Akrura was doing his duty, bringing Krishna back. It's just circumstantial. But if we're careful, and we try to avoid making offenses to devotees, and this is one of the ways that I've seen that devotees oftentimes hold themselves back, is they're so afraid of aparadha, which is a good thing. We should be. Bhagavatam 5th canto says it, we should be more afraid of that than the thunderbolt of Indra falling on our head. But the fact is, we should understand what that means. It's not that if it's something incidental, this is an exceptional case here mentioned with Akrura, but if it's something incidental and we're doing the best we can, ultimately these offenses are not considered. There has to be some malice. But you find, for instance, characters throughout the Shastra like Durvasa Muni. He's in the Shastra in every age. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. He always appears. And Durvasa causes trouble to everybody practically. It's part of the pastime that he does that. Huh? And Indra is there too. And Indra, doing his job, he makes mistakes. Krishna forgave him. What did he do? He just tried to kill everybody in Vrindavan. And he really went for it too. And Krishna forgave him. In fact, when Krishna first sees him after the incident, he meets him in a lonely place so he doesn't embarrass him more. And the expression on his face, on Krishna's face, is, "I'm sorry I put you through this." Krishna's very kind. He's not an unforgiving or vindictive personality. He's not psychopathic. We have 10 more minutes. Do you have other questions? Yes.
So the purpose of what you do is more important than what you do, right, Prabhu?
That's our motto here at ISV. This is one of our values here, which we inculcate. It's not as important what you do as how you do it, especially in devotional service. I mean, in corporate even, I would say that if there's a culture of how you're doing something is more important than what you do, because you can always do more. And there's always somebody who's doing more than you're doing. And the evidence comes in the Ramayana when there's a spider or a squirrel or whatever living entity was there doing his due diligence to put in as much as he could into the ocean for the bridge. And some other devotee who had more capacity said to him, apparently it was Hanuman, that you're really getting in the way, you're going to get smashed or whatever, just leave it to us. And Lord Ramachandra objected to that. He said he's doing his level best. At the end of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami says birds fly in the sky as high as they're able. The sky's unlimited. How high can you go? And will you ever come to a point where you perfectly glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Nobody can, because His glories are unlimited. You can't count them all. So you wouldn't be able to come to the end of it. Therefore, the conclusion is it's the most important how you do it than what you do. But part of it, we're inspired by trying to do more. It's not that then Prabhupada does. Prabhupada says, when he's talking about Arjuna, he says after Krishna spoke to Arjuna and gave him instructions, he said, then he doesn't tell him, now you sit down in the chariot and smoke ganja. And all fight, and all do the fighting. You sit down and smoke ganja. He didn't say that. He said, no, you fight, Arjuna. You do your due diligence. And he had to win the war for Krishna. So both things are there, but it ultimately, the attitude in which we do things, Prabhupada says, is the most important. He says it at the forward to the Upadeshamrita.
I was also thinking, Prabhu, that if suppose we have a cooking service for Krishna, and if someone else makes better rasagullas than me, I should probably let that person make
You become a servant of that person and learn how to do it. Yes, it's good to let the person forward, but then, we should also aspire to those things too. Devotees, they admire that the other devotees are doing it better than them, but they have this impetus, please let me learn. I want to learn how to do it better. Prabhupada said that kind of competition is spiritual, where you see somebody doing something better and then you aspire to that. And by the way, cooking's among the most important services that one can do for Krishna. I see some of the pictures that are going on Facebook now. Some of the devotees here are making the Raj Bhog and everything, and it's just beautiful. What a beautiful offering to Krishna to put your heart and soul into cooking. It's really important everyone learn how to cook and to spend some time cooking in the kitchen.
Thank you.
Don't you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of the most important of services. What else? Other questions? Yes.
My question is not directly related to the class.
Okay.
But, like how you mentioned that there are many religious principles and out of them Krishna simplifies it to surrender unto me. It reminded me to ask a question which I had, that there are so many devotional practices which devotees take up as a vow in Kartik. So what is the inspiration behind you taking up to read Prabhupada's books during Kartik?
Prabhupada told me to read his books. I met Prabhupada in 1973 in San Francisco. I was with Keshav Bharti Maharaj. We had been out distributing books. And our temple president said, these devotees are distributing your books. Prabhupada said, you must also read my books. I've not written them just for selling. I've written them for you to read, become pure devotees, and go back to Godhead. I mean, he told us that directly, so we always knew it. That's what was his priority. And during the era when, and in the 70s, there was a push due to intense competition between parties, for some parties just to go out all day long, and I mean all day long, and do nothing but distribute and collect or whatever. But we always knew that Prabhupada wanted us to read his books. You never go broke taking a profit. And it's such a great profit, punya shravana kirtana, to hear, and especially Prabhupada's books, because oftentimes people, they talk about Prabhupada's books and they make either several phenomena. One is that they collect all kinds of other books. But my experience is if you try to read all of Prabhupada's books, you'll find out that they're unlimited. I mean, just during Kartik, we read the Krishna book, the 8th and 9th canto. And I feel like I should go back and read the Krishna book 10 more times. You know how you all feel when we do the Bhagavad Gita, the whole thing, right? And then the next day, nobody says, that was really hard, I never want to do that again. On the contrary, everyone calls in and says, can we do that every day? And the Prabhupada's books are unlimited. And that's just getting started, because besides Bhagavatam, then you've got the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And if you actually assimilate what you have, what Prabhupada gave us, it's significant. I'm not against all kinds of other books. I just, what Prabhupada said was make sure you assimilate what you have first. And he wouldn't have gone to so much trouble. This is another meditation that I have, is that what kind of trouble did Prabhupada go to write the books? I have a small idea of what it takes to write a book, because I just wrote one. And it was a big task. Prabhupada wrote dozens. And meanwhile, he was managing. I stopped doing anything else except eating a lot. And, Prabhupada was managing and traveling and everything and still writing his books. So I often think, what would it feel like to read Prabhupada's books with the same energy and vigor that Prabhupada wrote his books? I don't see how I could ever come to the point in this lifetime or any other to write like Prabhupada wrote in his books, with the same intensity and devotion. It's unique in the history. He's one of the greatest acharyas who ever lived, if not the, and as far as I'm concerned. But to try to taste that intensity through reading, at least that's something I can try. And just touch my toe in the water and say like, oh, that's what it feels like to be that intense. Okay? Shraddha, from the internet.
This was from a little while ago, but I just want to let you know that Deennath Nitai Das was spotted.
Deennath Nitai, fantastic.
Yeah, so Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj, more on the association of the personality of Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj prays, my dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities, from Brahma down to the ant. As powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to please place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant.
Yep, that's what Prahlad Maharaj's constant prayer is. He doesn't say, let me serve you. He says, let me serve your pure devotee. Now, the other point he makes, does Prahlad in his prayers, he said, I don't want anything in this world because I already saw my father got everything. He literally got everything. And he lost it within a second. He said, what's the value? I don't want to even touch anything. I just want devotional service. But a last point I want to make about reading Bhagavatam especially is that Bhagavatam has everything. Psychologically, it's very satisfying because you'll experience every note is there in the spectrum of sound vibrations describing human interaction. And when in composite, one hears about all the different social interactions and their results when they're materially motivated as compared to when somebody's spiritually motivated, then one begins to get a feeling that I should just dedicate myself to devotional service. And I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. For instance, in the 9th canto, there are so many twists and turns in that section of the Bhagavatam, and they're wild, crazy stuff, I mean, that people go through. And not the least of which is the story of Urvashi and Purarava. And, you know, just the depravity of mind of this young man becoming attached to a beautiful woman and what he goes through in his endeavor just to be close to her constantly. It's so graphic and detailed that when one hears this, there's a kind of inoculation that takes place. What to speak of all the kings who have everything but then lose it all, and the ways in which there's descriptions of sons who have brothers, and this, one of the siblings gets cheated out of the fortune of the father. They lie to him in various ways. One thing after another, it covers all the various scenarios that will take place in the material world. And when you hear that, it actually completes your material experience. You don't have to do anything else. If you simply hear Bhagavatam, you'll be a fully realized and mature person knowing how the material world works. And you'll also have the wherewithal not to get involved in it and to stay connected with the process of devotional service, because the opposite is true also. You see even simple people like Gajendra, who just took shelter of Krishna because that's all he could do at the point when he was caught by the crocodile and he was saved. And these kinds of incidents juxtaposed with the crazy endeavors of trying to enjoy the material world being absolutely futile give one this very clear idea of how the material world works. So everybody should hear Bhagavatam all the way through as many times as possible before leaving the world. It's the remedy and it's the inoculation, and there is no other. There is no other. That's the solution. So, for the last point before we close the class, Prabhu, go ahead. It's yellow. Turn the yellow mic on. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, actually, I was wondering, as a part of the community, you do a lot of service here. And you also tell us about a lot of service to do, book distribution, reading, and then cooking. And other service. Yeah. So just Prabhu, wondering, I mean, what pleases you the most?
Cooking. Well, what always pleases me, hey, there they are. Well, the cooks are coming out. All the service is important, and again, what Sukeshwari brought up about, it's not what we do, it's how we do it. What's most pleasing is the mood. It's a miracle that we hold together, because I notice everywhere in the world, people fight about the stupidest things, and it becomes intractable. And the great miracle is to be able to have a community of devotees where, despite all our differences, somehow or other, we learn how to communicate in ways that are pleasing to the Supreme Lord, because we work out our differences for the sake of going on with our service. That's what's the most pleasing. And that we give each other a chance to, we don't... We follow Krishna's instructions in the Bhagavad Gita. Api chet sudaracharo bhajate mama nanya bhak sadareva samantavya samyag vyavasito hisa. We don't heavily judge people because of a temporary exhibition of worldliness, but we judge them based on the fact that their heart is engaged in devotional service, or they're engaged in devotional service and they're expressing their heart in that way. So that's the most important. And it's important for us to do all the different services together, because that's what makes it a beautiful, orchestrated presentation to Krishna, that we have beautiful garland makers, deity worship, and everything is attended to with the greatest care and attention. For instance, this Vyasasana is clean. And I told Manjula Kanta a while back how important it was that Srila Prabhupada's Vyasasana is clean. And so she immediately ran out and she got special tools to make sure she would have every part of it clean. And that's important. That's the best kind of service, is when you're really attentive and you notice things and you try to make it the best you possibly can. Things will always unravel, and you have to keep up with it. You can't ever plateau and say that's it. But our community, we're together for somehow miraculously we're all here together for different reasons. But Krishna's trusting us to work together to expand the Krishna consciousness movement, because we've all expressed some sincerity at one time or another to help. And so he put us together, and this is an experiment to see how well we can respect devotees and attend to the details of our service, because it's from this position we're in right now. We're being trained to go back to Goloka Vrindavan. This is the training right now. Don't wait till next life. Don't think, I'll do something, I'll cruise through here, then I'll get promoted to a place where I'll get trained up. No, this is the planet that Krishna's on right now, because he incarnated here in the form of this Sankirtan movement and in the form of his great pure devotee Acharya, Sheila Prabhupada, and somehow they were connected with him. So if you take advantage in this life and become fully trained up in all the arts of devotional service and really put your heart into it, then as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta and Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada told us, you can be trained up in this life, ready to go back to join Krishna's pastimes. So that's what's the most pleasing. Although I can keep adding stuff in if you like, especially the marathon coming up and moving up to the top. I think it's really important for us here to set an example in book distribution. I'm going to make a big wish list here now. But it's really important. The book distribution, it's important for us to do well for this reason, to show that a community of devotees, 99.9% of whom are working and maintaining families and so forth, if they work together in a cooperative spirit, can do very well. And to that end, I would like to show that we can do better than anybody. And that's important because that's what gets people's attention as results in book distribution. And it's something that can be counted, because dollars don't lie. They either come in the account or they don't. And the books too, they count. When you take a box out and it comes back empty, you know something was done. That was something that was countable. And Prabhupada kept his eye on that very, very carefully. So I know that when we're doing that and we're attentive to increasing there and finding ways to increase, our whole community increases in excellence in all different ways, because it becomes systemic, that mood of excellence. And it can be sustained. It's the responsibility of each person to do that in their own life, which brings back to japa. With good japa, everyone attending to their own spiritual life in this very basic practice, then it gives a foundation to our whole community, and all the other ways to expand become possible if we chant good japa together. So we should make a vow coming out of Kartik that we will go on increasing the quality and quantity of our japa, and with all other services. Everyone who agrees with these ideas, in part or in whole, please say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, there it is. Now we're going to have the Guru Puja for Srila Prabhupada, and then followed by that, unless I'm mistaken and it's a fast day, I think there's Prasadam today. Vancha kalpataruscha kripa sindave vacha patitanam pavanibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha nantakoti vaishnaviniki jaya.
There's some other switch for this one?
Hare Krishna. This is a very important verse by Raghunath Das Goswami. You'll find it in his Manak Shiksha. It's a verse of gratitude. Namasheshtam manamapi shachiputram matra svarupam shirupam tasya grajam uruporim maturim goshtavatim Radha kundam givaram aho radhika madhavasham prapto yasya pratita kripaya shri gurum tam natosmi Hey Guru Jnanadadina Bandho Swanandadata Korunaika Sindho Vrindavanasina Hitavatar Prasida Radha Pranaya Prachara I bow down to the beautiful lotus feet of my spiritual master, by whose causeless mercy I have obtained the supreme holy name, the divine mantra, the service of the son of Shachi Mata, the association of Sheila Surup Damodar, Rupa Goswami and his older brother Sanatan Goswami, the supreme abode of Mathura, the blissful abode of Vrindavan, the divine Radha Kund and Govardhan Hill, and the desire within my heart for the loving service of Shri Radhika and Madhava in Vrindavan. O spiritual master, O giver of divine wisdom, O friend of the fallen, you are the giver of your own bliss, and you are the only ocean of mercy. Although dwelling in Vrindavan, you have descended for the welfare of fallen souls like myself, and you are preaching the divine love of Radha for Krishna. Please be kind upon us. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which you can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace one can cross the ocean of material suffering and attain the mercy of Krishna. Our only wish is to have our consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. The attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opened our darkened eyes and fills our hearts with transcendental knowledge. He is our Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful to us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter of your lotus feet. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Bando mui savadana mate Bando mui savadana mate Jahara prashade bhaye bhavato riyaja Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite. Guru mukha padma vakya chitete ko riya oikya. Guru mukha padma vakya chitete koriya oikya. Anakori ho mane asha. Anakori ho mane asha. Shri Guru Charane Ratiye Sheyu Tamagati. Shri Guru Charane Ratiye Sheyu Tamagati. Jai prashade pure sarva asha. Jai prashade pure sarva asha. Chakudan dilo je janme janme prabhu she. Chakudan dilo je janme janme prabhu she. Divya gyan hre prokashito. Divya gyan hre prokashito. Prema bhakti jaha hoite abhijja vinasa jate. Prema bhakti jaha hoite abhijja vinasa jate. Vede gai jahara charito. Vede gai jahara charito. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu. Lokanath Lokera Jivana Lokanath Lokera Jivana Ha ha Prabhu Kora Doya De Amore Padachaya Ha ha Prabhu Kora Doya Deha More Padachaya Ebe Jashku Shikti Bhuvana Ebe Jashku Shikti Bhuvana Ha ha Prabhu Kora Doya Deha More Padachaya Ha Prabhu Kora Doya Deha More Padachaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Srimate Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Reshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Kali Kupur Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Kali kukur kadan Jari chao he Kali Yuga Pavana Koli Bhoya Nashana Shri Satchinandana Gao He Gadadhar Madhan Nithaye Pranadan Advaita Prapujita Gaura Nimani Vishwambar Srinivas Ishwar Bhakta Samuva Chitta Chora Nadia Shashadar Maya Purishwar Nam Pravartana Sura Grihi Jana Shikshaka Nyasikula Nayaka Madhava Radha Bhava Pura Sarvabhauma Shonana Gajapati Tarana Ramananda Poshana Veera Rupananda Vardhana Sanatana Palana Haridas Modhana Hira Brajaras Bhavana Dushamata Shatana Kapati Vighatana Kama Shuddha Bhakta Palana Shiksha Jnana Tadana Chala Bhakti Dushana Rama Kali Kukur Karam Jadi Chao He Kali Yuga Pavana Koli Boy Nashana Shri Satchinandana Gao He Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Madan Mohan Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Shri Rup Shri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath H.I. Gosai Kori Charana Vandan Jahviti Bignanash Abhishta Puran H.I. Gosai Jar Muitar Das Tansabara Pararinu Mora Panchagras Tandera Charana Sebe Bhakta Sanivat Chanam me hoye avilas H.I. Gosai Jabe Bhaje Kulabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Koila Prakash Shri Shri Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Koila Prakash Bolo Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Bolo Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Bhaja Vrindavan Bhaja Vrindavan Bhaja Vrindavan Bhaja Vrindavan Bolo Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pari Mojmiyaman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Kori Ash Harinam Sankirtan Kohe Narottamodas Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai go Haribo, Haribo, Nitai go to Haribo. Nitai go to Haribo, Haribo, Nitai go to Haribo. I go to Premanande Bhajare, hey, Radha Govinda Gopala Hare, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Gopala, Radha Gopinatha, Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Bank Bihari, Radha Gopinatha, Radha Ramana, Radha Madan Mohan, Bhajare. Hey, Hey! Radha Govinda Gopala Hare. Hey! ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरे बारंबार प्रणाम है ऐसे श्री ज्ञान श्याम को मेरे बारंबार प्रणाम है ऐसे श्री ज्ञान श्याम मेरे बारंबार नाम है Go Premanande Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivajikacharya Stotra Shishimad Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Stotra Shishimad Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavini Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sakho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gokopinath Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Jamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Gaura Premanande Haribo. Jinakanam He. Thank you everyone for coming to ISKCON of Silicon Valley on a Saturday morning. We're joining us online from various places around the world. I was thinking yesterday how we only get a finite number of days in this lifetime to take advantage of a morning program, or any other kind of program for that matter. There's only two programs that run in this world. One is run by the material energy, and it's described in the Bhagavad Gita, Prakrite Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Sarvasha Ahankara Itiyame Bina, Vimudatma Kartaham Iti Manyate. And that is, one's dominated and controlled by the three modes of material nature and thinks, because of illusion, that I'm doing it. And the other program is the program that comes down through parampara, that is suggested by the Shastra and by the great acharyas. And if one follows that program, then tatvavitu mahabaho gunakarma vibhagayo gunaguneshu vartanta iti matva nasajjate. Such a person has vision of the truth and develops the wherewithal to not involve him or herself in the entanglement of the three modes of material nature, because he or she knows the difference between those. And also gets the strength to do that. And so, if you get something that's temporary, and in the time that you're holding it in your hand, you're able to make a profit out of it, you know you're going to lose it. Or, for instance, if it's a flower or something, it's going to dry up really fast. But in the few seconds that you have it in your hand, you're able to make a profit out of it. Then you're known to be a astute business person. And in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna, 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna tells Uddhava, Labvam sadulabam idam bahusam bhavante. Rather, Vrideha madhyam sulabam sadulabam plavam sukalpam guru karnadaram. And elsewhere, I mentioned this other verse, Labvam sadulabam, that the human body is very rare to get, and it's also temporary, very temporary. It just comes and goes really quickly, just like a flower. So If you're able to make a profit on it before it dries up and goes away, then you're known to be a very astute spiritualist. Don't waste it. Try to make the profit out of it while you've got it in your hand, because it's anityam. It's very temporary, but artadam, it's full of value. But you have to act fast, and you have to get it as soon as possible. Therefore, the Shastra says, Tad vignanartam sagarum eva begachet samitpani sotram brahmanishtam. As soon as you see the opportunity, you should run for it and get as much out of it as you can while you still have it, because it'll be gone in just a flash. That's how fast it is, just a flash. So those of you who come to the morning program like this and then join online at various places and are taking advantage at home, this is wise. Others use their energy in human life for various other pursuits, but they're not so wise, because those other pursuits, although one may make something out of them, you don't get to keep it. It vanishes in thin air. And it could vanish before you leave the body, but it'll definitely vanish when you do leave the body. And it'll all look ridiculous. There's nothing really to leave behind. So, thank you for taking advantage of the morning program today. We started with the japa, and we read some quotes from Srila Prabhupada, and then we had greeting of the deities, and we chanted Ujjwala Varuna, a very sweet prayer about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we chanted the whole Brahma Samhita, something we haven't done in a while. But it's important to know the whole Brahma Samhita. Don't you agree? Yes. And then we chanted Jai Radha Madhava, and we read from the Krishna book about the five excellences of Krishna, as mentioned by Shukadeva Goswami. And like birds trying to fly in the sky as high as possible, we try to bring up as much evidence to also expand on the points. Then we had some questions and answers. We chanted some mantras to our founder Acharya and had kirtan, and here we are. So that's not nothing. It'll have its impact. And anyone who could build a daily diet or build a program in which one has this spiritual diet every day will be able to take advantage of the human form of life in a simple way, just by the hearing and chanting. It's not much more needed than that. It'll have its effect. And now Avantika will tell us what's going on in the Western Hemisphere. I think that's West. Is that the West Wing? Okay.
Hare Krishna. Today's prasadam was cooked by Yashoda Kripa Prabhu, Mantra Siddhi Mataji, and Sukarupa Mataji, and we still need help in the kitchen, so if anyone would like to volunteer afterwards, you can.
What's the mood like in there? Can you report on what the mood was in the kitchen today?
I only went for a short bit during the break.
So what did it seem like when you were in there?
Everyone was working very hard, and they were all being really humble, and no one wanted me to announce their names.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you very much. And now we have an announcement from our Sankirtan leader.
Hare Krishna. Welcome back, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
We have been somehow or other pushing until you come. And we just finished our first half of the marathon. Generally, our marathon is for 3 months. And November 15 marks the mid of our marathon. And we have the rest of the marathon, where most of the temples are just starting now. Many of the temples have marathon only for 1 month, December. So we're also catching up to them to continue with them. And we had a very good marathon so far. We did lots and lots of books, Farsi books, Arabic books, English books, everywhere. And today we have multiple spots for Western Sankirtan team, led by Kautuk Prabhu and team. They are going to San Francisco, to Fisherman's Wharf. They're going to Santa Cruz as well. And they're going to Milpitas Mall with Alex Prabhu. They're going to distribute books using their bags. So if you like to join, you should definitely join them. They go from morning till evening, and your prasadam, everything is packed, so you don't have to worry about prasadam. And they do very serious sadhana as well, and it's good to get their association for the Western Sankirtan team. And we have Kids Sankirtan team going to Fremont, one spot. And is there any spot in San Jose? Cupertino, one more spot in Cupertino. And please join them. There is plenty of prasadam there. You can you can eat prasadam while you're distributing books. There is a lot of prasadam, different varieties. Sometimes I see pizza also served. So if you want to join, please do. And there is one more team going to Dublin, San Ramon. We want to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam sets as well. And last time when we went distributing Bhagavatam sets, many people, one person was just getting out of the car. So we just went and approached that lady. And when we were talking to her, her husband also joined. The husband doesn't seem very interested. But the wife we said, we are coming from ISKCON, Krishna Consciousness. And then she says, oh yeah, I know ISKCON. I read all the books. I read Bhagavad Gita. And you know that Bhagavatam, I also read the Bhagavatam. And we were surprised how she read Bhagavatam. But later she told that some of her family members from India, there was a drive to distribute the Journey Home long time ago. And somehow they added her to a WhatsApp group and they sent her a Journey Home book. And she read the Journey Home, and then she got the Journey Within. And after that, she had developed a desire to read Srimad Bhagavatam. And just that week, she told her husband, can you please look up what is this Bhagavatam, where can I find it? And the husband went on Amazon.com and searched, and he saw it was for $375. He said, it's too expensive. And she told, that's okay, maybe when I go to India, I will bring it from there. And then when we went and we told her we are distributing Srimad Bhagavatam, she was like struck with wonder. And that happened to be her birthday that day. And then mysteriously, Bhagavatam goes wherever the devotees are thinking about him. And then she very, very happily accepted Bhagavatam. And not only that, because she has been reading Bhagavad Gita, she said that, you're all devotees of Krishna, how can I serve you? She said, she said, can you drink tea, coffee? He said, we don't take anything. Then she said, I have to give you something. She brought all her fruits and she got water and everything and she gave it as a gift to all the devotees. And it made us feel so happy that people are looking for these books. It's just that we just have to show up. And we just have to go out and Krishna will show the devotees themselves. So please join wherever you can, whenever you can. And please help us with the rest of the marathon. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Kaltakarnava, we want to hear what it was like in Denver. Could give him the microphone. He went to Denver for a few weeks to get trained in deity worship and to see what it was like to sleep on the floor of the Brahmachari ashram.
It was very ecstatic, Guru Maharaj. So actually, as Srila Prabhupada says that a devotee doesn't need anything, he just needs 3 steps of land, just like Lord Vamandev asked for 3 steps of land. So I see their devotees are strictly following those instructions. They have a small place where they sleep, and then they have full day of sadhana and lot of dancing and singing. So the program that we have today, they have every day, and followed by Bhagavatam class. So and then the energy itself is amazing in the Brahmachari ashram. So they go out for college preaching programs, 4 or 5 universities in the week. There are Grihastha devotees also who are helping out with the outreach. I learned the deity offering the Rajbhog Aarti and the Sandhya Aarti, cooking for the deities. They have a separate kitchen for the deities. And that was really nice, and putting the deities to rest. So that was really personal. So I was very fortunate to have that opportunity to directly have, be in the altar with Shri Radha Govindji, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, and Shri Gaur Nitai. It's an historic temple. Prabhupada was there in Denver. So the vibration is still there. Srila Prabhupada's presence was still there. Besides that, there was a lot of fun going out on 16th Street, where the famous Gauranga Bomb video was shot at. So they have it going on still every 2 times a week. So I was with them. So that was really nice. I met 2 people, a couple from Texas, from Houston, I guess. They were visiting from Houston, and they were originally from Gujarat, so I handed them over a Krishna book, and they were really happy to get the book, Krishna book and Bhagavad Gita. So there was a very nice experience for book distribution also while I was doing that. So they were asking me how you are doing that so big in ISV. And although, we don't have any brahmacharis here, full-time working brahmacharis, so we accept the Bhakti Center, which is doing thousands and thousands of books every month. So, it was really nice interacting with them and learning the different, Archana Vidis. I don't know what else to say, Guru Maharaj.
On our way to Tirupati, we had to go first Vrindavan and then to Tirupati, then back to Vrindavan. Navina Nirada Prabhu was very tired because he had just arrived the day before from his flight, and he was reading a book. It was Chant to Be Happy, and he sat down in his seat and he fell asleep. And the book fell out of his hand into the aisle, and the flight attendant woke him up and said, "Excuse me, is this your book?" And he said, "Yes, it is." And she said, "Can that man over there read it? He wants to read it." And so he said, "Sure, he can read it." So the flight attendant handed the book to the man across the aisle. He had seen it fall on the floor, and he didn't want to just take it, so he asked the flight attendant. And Navina said that he sat there the whole flight, and he read the whole book on the way down there, and became very enlivened by it. So it was proof again, if you just bring books with you wherever you go. As Malini said, people are looking everywhere for Krishna. Everything else that they're seeing is so boring and dry that when they see just the cover of the book, they become excited that they've seen something that's actually valuable. So it's so important to flood the desert of the material world with these transcendental literatures as much as possible. And for the second part of the marathon, one of our mottos is don't hold back. Let the books go out. They should flow out into the environment as fast as possible. You can do multiple books at the same time, but books go out, they don't come back. Gaur Premanandi Haribol. Any other announcement? Sharira Vijja Jodendriya Taheka Jive Pele Vishaya Sagare Dharma Didi Bayati Lobo Moisu Durmati Taki Jeta Katita Shangsare Krishna Bodha Doyamoy Gori Bade Chihwajai Shaprashadana Diloba Shayanamrita Pao Radha Krishna Gunagao Preme Dako Shri Chaitanya Dita Preme Dako Shri Chaitanya Dita Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmari Vaishnave Sapa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwasto Navijay Prasade sarva dukanam haniracho pajayate prasanate taso yashu Rudhi paryavatishate tayopa bhukta shaganda Vasulankara charchitaha uchishta bojino dasas Tavamayam jayemai bhagavad Shri Mahaprasada ki Go Premanande Nitai Gauda Haribo 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 Nitai Gauda Haribo Please come take prasadam, Haribo. Yakodina Shanti Pure.